Hello and welcome back to Sailing Ellerag. Let's have a bit of cheeky fun today as we take a sticky beak into the lives of Sydney's upper crust. Where from? Well, of course, from the water. I hope you enjoy what's coming. We are going to start today's brief journey just off Point Piper. We'll dip into Double Bay and have a little bit of a look in there, and then finish up at the western edge of Double Bay, which is Darling Point. If you want to be at the very, very top of real estate in Sydney, this is the place to be. Point Piper. This is where the serious money lives, and houses change hands regularly, it would seem, for ridiculous amounts of money. The other half, eh? Point Piper actually has a fascinating history, and I have a book on it at home, and it tells the story of the original families and the big mansions that are mostly well and truly gone, replaced by this kind of thing. And how they were all friends and they knew each other, and that kind of thing. Really old Sydney names. Well, old, as old as Sydney is. What makes Point Piper so expensive? Well, why would you want to live there? It is clearly harbourfront, and you can add a premium for that. It is in close proximity to the city. It is where all the best schools are, or in the vicinity of some of the best schools in Sydney. Whether the schools were built because of the people, or the people would move there because of the schools, who would know? And it also has something that is hard to quantify, and that is, it just has the name. Anyway, if people have struggled and worked hard and were able to afford to come here and live here, well, good luck to them. I wonder how many aspirational people have have sold their souls for a piece of real estate. So Double Bay, nice spot, hard to find a park on the weekend. Double Bay, of course, is overlooked by Bellevue Hill, which is traditionally home to one of the Australia's biggest money names, and that is the Packers. I'm not sure if their compound is still in their family name, but that's certainly up on top of Bellevue Hill, and I believe takes in a few houses. The Double Bay, like most harbourfront bays is absolutely chock full of moored boats, and we're going to have a little bit of a poke around now and have a look. The other side of Double Bay, closer to the city, is Darling Point. Darling Point is another old Sydney affluent suburb, more high-rise there than in Point Harbour, if that's possible, but also a very, very coveted address. Some lovely old houses in right down the water around Darling Point. Let's have a look at some boats. Good morning. Good, thanks, you. Good. Lovely looking boat. Yeah, Mark 1, yeah. Thank you. Have you still got the nanny in it? Oh, okay. All right. Lovely looking boat. Have a good day. Thank you. That was nice. We're just chatting to another 340 owner here, the Mark II. So the Mark II, he was just saying that the Mark II came with a Yanmar engine, which was interesting. Mine, of course, came with a nanny that is still in it. And it's going very well. Thank you very much. Hope it keeps on going very well. Not a lot of difference between the Mark I and the Mark II. The main difference is the visually anyway, is the use of the Luma, what I call catalogue port lights on the Mark II, where the Mark I was more of the style of the 330 that came before it. I tend to like the look of the look of the Mark I myself, but same boat. So this is a Double Bay, and you can see some of the old houses there. This is again a very aspirational suburb of Sydney, and you don't get in here unless you've got a fairly hefty bank balance. And as we get to Darling Point, on the corner here is one of my favourite harbourside houses in Sydney. I think this thing is just beautiful. Carthona, it's a classic Gothic revival house, and it was built for the colonial surveyor Sir Thomas Mitchell, who incidentally was the previous owner of Lindesay, which is the other property we're about to have a look at. And there is another very famous house just up here, a I'm not exactly sure which one it is, but I believe it might be obscured. There's a big red brick house with the red window surrounds. Could be the one behind that with the almost Georgian looking chimneys. But another very well known Sydney mansion. And as we head around the corner, we come into Rushcutters Bay, which is one of Sydney's busiest sailing hubs. But we might leave that for another time. Thanks again for joining me. If you enjoyed it, please click that like button. And of course, love to see you subscribe. Thanks again. Bye for now.